Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You may be wondering, isn't this your Pokemon Blue playthrough? And you'd be right. And you'll be hearing my voice in the background as well. Just ignore that. You see, I tried recording just using Fraps, and well, that didn't quite go according to plan. But here's the important part. I need to explain something about my Pokemon Blue playthrough right now. I've did some research on Pokemon Stadium and found out there was a neat little thing in the background of it. And I tried save stating here, it didn't quite work, so I had to, rework it, and it was weird, but I did it. But pretty much there's this thing that when you beat the Gym Leader Castle, which I didn't want to do on camera because it would give away the game for people who haven't seen it yet, as rare as those are. I mean, it's Pokemon, who hasn't seen everything? Point being, though, I didn't want to ruin the gameplay through, like, who we were going to fight and things like that. So what I did is I put a save state there, and I farmed the save state a few times to get this going on, Pokemon Present. And using this, you in certain point in times in the game of Pokemon Blue, you have to make a choice, be it there's only one Pokemon and there's multiple different ways to evolve it, or you can only choose one of a couple different Pokemon. If you beat Gym Leader Castle, you can earn these Pokemon that you would have to make a choice for, and since I just farmed up the ones I would need in order to show off everything for Pokemon Blue, I wanted to explain that. So I will have all of the starters, I will make sure I have both of the Hitmon Pokemon and the Fossil Pokemon and all of the Evolutions, though I may not use them all, I want to have them all. And I'll explain why another time. But in the meantime, I just wanted to put this here, explain what was going on, and apologize for my talking in the background. Enjoy the rest of the playthrough. Peace out. That explains what happened, so before any of you say I cheated, I didn't. Alright. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After, of course, that wonderful introduction from the other self, as you can see, I have the Charmander and the Squirtle here. They are currently not nicknamed, but we will fix that later. Sorry, I was adjusting my headphones for a second there. Anyway, now that we have more Pokemon, and more qualified Pokemon than we did before, though I'm not going to be using the ones that are higher levels just yet, for various reasons. Oh, I bumped a button there. See, that's why the playtime on this is about an hour. I did not actually spend an hour grinding up those 3 levels on both of those guys. There's a speed up button on this emulator, so kinda gave up the ghost there. Go, Squirtle! Who I don't want to get too powerful because he's going to be important in beating Brock because of this move here, but I kinda do need him to, maybe get a little bit more going for him right now. I know you're thinking, but aren't you just about to face a rival? Yeah, I am. I am. There we go. And now I can use one of my 2 potions to heal him up. I will not be, of course, leading with him, but, it's important to make sure he's fully healed and such. I will be leading with Charmander. Partially so those of you who don't know what's going on can see him in action. Oh, sorry. Forget it. You probably don't have any badges. The guards won't let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Yeah. And by the way, you're not special anymore. He's Pidgey. Go, Charmander. Wreck his crap. It's important that Charmander levels up kinda now, for various reasons, but one of the main ones being that, he isn't going to get used until a little bit later, but right now he kind of makes for a good sand attack sponge, and he deals a lot of damage when he can actually hit something. But he is kind of fragile, so this is the other time to deal with something. You see, Charmander's the fastest Pokemon in my current party, and that's important for various reasons. One of the main ones being speed, as you saw that critical hit thing. Speed decides critical hits in this game, as opposed to normal critical hit ratios. That means, it's okay if Charmander goes down. But point being, Charmander's faster than any of my other Pokemon, so he has a higher natural critical hit rate than any of the other Pokemon I have. That being said, things like paralysis, in general, tend to affect that. But, I mean, he also has a higher overall attack. And critical hits ignore all in this game, they ignore all buffs and debuffs. So if you've been weakening your opponent's defenses, you don't want a critical hit. But if your attack has been lowered, you want a critical hit. Anyway, he's sending out his Charmander. And this is where we get into elemental properties. You see, he is level 8 Charmander, which I'm sure knows Ember even though mine doesn't. Because this game does that a lot. But if he knew Ember, it would be super effective against my Bulbasaur. I have a Squirtle with Bubble. I can spit bubbles at him, and because he's a fire type, that makes him super weak to it. See, super effective. If you attack somebody with something that's super effective against them, it does double the damage. In the case of some Pokemon 2 types, that can be very unfortunate. But in this case, we're just focusing on a single type. Charmander's just fire, I'm just water, and since I'm a water type using a water move, I get a stab bonus, which is a 50% bonus to the attack as well. So yeah. And now we have boosted EXP. You see, in games, like with what's going on here, if you're not the original trainer for the Pokemon, then they get a bonus when you use them. Sort of, you know, that whole encouraging the bond thing. But also, if you don't have enough badges, and they're pretty much, if they think they can take you, they will probably not listen to your orders. And that's at its worst in Gen 1. So, especially with the boosted EXP, they get stronger faster, and they tend not to listen to you if you don't have badges, so yeah. This is going to be an interesting run for various reasons, but I get to show off all the parts of the game, so it's really nice. Yes, there are certain Pokemon that are naughty in Blue version, and I am not sure exactly how I'll handle that, but I will handle that. That is not something that you will have to worry about. Because there's one thing in here that can only be handled if we have a complete Pokedex. And I plan on showing that off. That's part of the reason why I did that. Anyway, now that we finished him off and humiliated him, but we have things going on with that stuff, let's come up here. And, wait, no, first I want to go to the Pokemart and get some Pokeballs, because you see we can buy those now. Can't buy potions, but we can buy Pokeballs. And I tend to prefer to start with, a nice decent amount of about 6? Yeah, about 6. In most games I start with 6 because with your starting $3,000, you can buy 6 potions and 6 Pokeballs. In this case, it's mostly just because there isn't going to be too much I want to catch right now. This guy will be more important later, but this guy would have blocked our way if we hadn't brought Oak the parcel yet. Blech. I have my coffee now and I feel great. Sure, you can go through. Are you in a hurry? Yeah. Time is money. Go along then. I'll be back to talk to him later. For, one of my favorite people ever. Nope, no invisible items there. You see, we don't have the dowsing rod yet, and, we don't get that till much later. So I don't know where all the hidden items are off the top of my head. I know where a few of them are, but not all of them. And we'll be getting those items later, but that's what items look like when they're just sitting on the ground. And now we enter the Viridian Forest. Oh man. This music used to bring chills to me, but not because of this forest. Though I will admit the first time I was in this forest, it instilled fear in me. This was a pretty scary place for me when I was young. And that's an item. And here we have Caterpie. Caterpie is a cute little Pokemon. I remember him from the anime very fondly. But the reality is, him and his evolutionary line is one of the most unique in Pokemon history. I can't think of many Pokemon that are fully evolved before level 10. And this is one of them. And it was supposed to be setting a precedent for Bug-type Pokemon in general. But it kinda didn't. Caterpie was caught. We will be showing him and his evolutionary line off later. But, he turns into... No. I'm not gonna nickname him. I normally nickname my Pokemon, but I don't want to nickname that. There's a few other Pokemon in here that we can try and catch. One of them we don't need to care about because we just caught its previous form. That's right, you can catch the evolutionary growth and the non-evolutionary growth in the same line. And here's another Caterpie. God. I don't care about you right now. This is the rarest find in here. It's why we need to be pretty careful, and I'm going to need it for something later, but I'm not actually going to be using it in my party. I need to show off a few things about Pokemon Stadium, as well as a few other things. But right now, we're just going to try and catch him. Because, yeah, like I said, when I'm showing things off in Pokemon Stadium, this is going to be the Pikachu I'm using for it. But, it's that way I can show off a few cool things. Yes. Everybody knows about Pikachu. He's the little electric mouse Pokemon, and he's really adorable and he's really cute. And, I will be showing off some cool stuff with him. I might show it similar to what I did earlier in this video with the, Stadium clip. What's in you, Bruno? No, not Bruno. Bruce. That's your name. You'll be Bruce. I don't know why I was favoring that for a minute there, but yeah. Bruce. Hello, Bruce.
Good night, Bruce! Oh, hello, Bruce!
I'll meet you guys back here. It's getting towards the end of the video, and, I'll see you guys around.